Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. For today's review, we're going to take a look at the Tamashii Web exclusive S.H.MonsterArts Godzilla EVA-01 action figure by Bandai. Being a Tamashii Web exclusive, it means it comes in the standard brown shipping box. So you've got the barcode there with Godzilla featuring EVA-01, MonsterArts logo, Tamashii Web store logo, and spinning around, very nice sturdy cardboard box. And then you got the barcode there again and the name up the top there. And here's the actual packaging for S.H.MonsterArts Godzilla featuring EVA-01, and it looks beautiful. I love this contrast between the purple and the green. Very nice silhouette of the Godzilla in the front there, and you've got this really cool font of Godzilla versus Evangelion in katakana there, which is really cool. Spin around to the side, you've got more purple on purple kanji. And around to the back, you've got photography of the figure, accessories, and some posing, I guess. And then back around to the other side, same purple on purple kanji, very nice. And the top, you've got Godzilla featuring EVA-01 there with a nice little Godzilla logo in green. And on the bottom, you've got the same thing again. So the box is different to most SH Figuarts boxes. This is more like a presentation box with the lid coming off the top, which is kind of cool. It's different. And just before I show you the contents of the box, I just want to show you the underside of the lid. And look at that artwork. It's absolutely beautiful. You got silhouette of Godzilla and Evangelion there. And it's on this very bright green background, and you can still see all the kanji coming through. And here is the inside of the packaging, and it looks really nice. I love the way this has been presented in this gift box style packaging, and the figure itself is nicely protected in there. Nothing's moving. You've got some plastic film in there to protect the figure from scratching during transportation on the feet as well. Very nice. Can't wait to get this open. And here are the accessories that Godzilla comes with. He comes with a pair of optional hands. So these are they're very similar to the ones that he's got on him at the moment, but I think they're just slightly more open. And the paint job is really nice on these. You can see the claws are really well painted. There's really nice gradient going from dark to purple on the fingers. So yeah, very nicely painted. And he also comes with the atomic breath effect part. So you've got the base, the arm, and also the atomic breath itself. Now this one looks really nice as well. It's got gradient fading from sort of like a pink color to like a purple, and then fading back out to like a really pale purple, and then back to like a nice dark purple color. And the base itself, it kind of mimics the ground being vaporized, so it's really cool. So I'll show you this with the figure attached in a second. Swapping out the hands is relatively easy. You just pop the hand out and put the optional hand in. And like I said, the hands are very similar. So this is the optional hand, and this is the hand that comes attached to the figure. It's just slightly wider in terms of how much it's opened. And with the atomic breath effect part, the arm plugs into the base, and it plugs into the beam effect part just here, and you kind of just wedge it into Godzilla's mouth. And here's a closer look at the figure. In terms of sculpt, we have seen this mold before in the form of Godzilla Jr. from Godzilla vs. Destroyer, and also Burning Godzilla. But I think, for me personally, this coloration looks the best so far. I love the coloration on him, the purple contrasting against the green. It's really, really beautiful. And you can see his mouth, it's fully painted in there. Oops, oh, the head's just come off. But you can see like inside the mouth, it's all red. So it looks like he's been chewing on something. It looks really nicely bloodied and glossy. And he's got the EVA colors, orange with the gunmetal gray and the lime green. Let's just have a look at his back. So these parts are actually slightly translucent. So instead of a solid painted color, they're molded in a translucent green. and with the purple bits painted on. Very nice paint job on the legs. The nails on this figure is quite well done. You can see on the hand, they're painted quite nicely, as well as the feet. So there's like really nice gradient from light to dark on the toenails. So very nicely done. Have a look at the tail. Very nicely painted. The only problem I can see with this particular sculpt is that in the midsection there, it is a little bit see-through. If you look at it directly from the side, you can actually see to the other side. Not sure if you can see it on screen, but you can just make out my finger on the other side of the figure. So it is a little bit gappy here, but apart from that, it's a beautiful figure. And with the articulation, this is as far up as his head will look, but he can look down quite a lot, so pretty much right in front of him. And he's got articulated jaw, so you can open and close his mouth, and he can also tilt his head. Oops. If you tilt it too much or lift it too much, it'll pop out, but he can tilt his head from side to side that much, and obviously rotate as well. And then with his arms, he's got ball jointed shoulders, so you can rotate all the way around, but it does kind of scratch against the sculpt, so just be careful with that. And you can also lift up his arms that high, and he's got a bicep swivel there. Double jointed elbow, so it gives him more than 90-degree bend at the elbows. And he's got ball jointed wrists, so you can turn his wrist and slightly in and out movement there. And coming down to his torso, he can stretch that far back, so he's pretty much standing upright, and he can also crunch that far, so not that much in terms of ab crunch. And it also allows him to rock his body from side to side, but if you push it all the way, you will see some gaps on the side. And with his legs, I think they're on big ball joints, so you can swing up probably about that far before it starts rubbing against the sculpt, which is not great. And then he can probably kick back that far before it starts rubbing against the sculpt, so that's not too bad. And then he can do that much of a split, and no thigh rotation, but because this is a ball joint, you can kind of turn his legs a little bit, rotate his legs a little bit. And he has, I think it's a double jointed knee, but because of its design, you're not going to get a lot of bend out of it, so you can bend his knees back about that far. And then there's these little bits here that kind of just sit there to fill the space. And then his ankle is on a big ball joint, so he can tilt his ankles up and down like that, and also gives him some rocking action from side to side. And with his tail, it's multi-jointed, so you can do quite a lot with his tail. So you can bend it all the way forward like this, oops, up. You can see the joint there, it's just a ball in a socket with filler pieces in between. So not too bad, and if it does pop out, just kind of push it back in, it should be sweet. And in terms of height, he comes in at just under 16 centimeters. First up, here he is with Burning Godzilla from the same mold. Here he is with S.H.MonsterArts Hollywood Godzilla. Here he is with S.H.MonsterArts Shin Godzilla. Here he is with Robodamashi EVA-01. Here he is with Robot Creation EVA-01 by Sentinel. Here he is with Robodamashi Gundam Barbatos. Here he is with NECA Ultimate Edition Gypsy Danger. Here he is with DC Icons Superman. And finally, here he is with Marvel Legends Hydra Soldier. There isn't actually that much more to say, except I absolutely love this figure. He blends two of my favorite franchises into one seamless action figure, and he looks really awesome. We've seen this mold a few times before already, and I think we can all agree it's a beautiful looking sculpt. So with the addition of the EVA colors, it just really makes the figure pop. If you're a fan of either Godzilla or Evangelion, I would strongly recommend you grab this guy. And if you're a fan of both, then you definitely need to grab him. We've seen other collaborations before with Evangelion and Transformers, and the prices just skyrocketed. So if you don't want to pay ridiculous secondary market prices for this guy later down the track, I'd say jump on him as soon as you can. And that concludes my review of the S.H.MonsterArts Godzilla EVA-01. I just want to say thank you to all those that watch my videos and those that have subscribed to my channel. And if you haven't already, please do so. It's free, it's easy, and it would really mean a lot to me. So thanks again, and I'll catch you guys next time for another toy review.